I'm Joey with DKOldies. Today we are showing off part 2 of restoring a Nintendo 64 controller. I'm joined yet again by Justin.
How you doing?
We're going to start with cleaning this off. Let me just show you some of the tools that we'll be using here today. We've got Q-tip, a little push pin for getting into the small spots. We've also got some cleaning chemicals that we'll use, the Goof Off, really good for marker and sticky residue. Fantastic for that. We also have a standard cleaner, Simple Green, and we also have a little cup here of some rubbing alcohol that we'll be using. Toothbrush and a magic eraser. It's basically just that melamine foam, and we've cut off a small portion that we'll be using. All right, Justin,
okay,
let's
Joey,
get started
should
on it.
I go for this?
Yeah, why don't you
mark
start
right
with
here
that
first?
big thing there?
Okay, so that's some Goof Off,
A little squirt of that on the pad.
and that should just rub right off.
Right, and you don't have to be real careful with the squeezy thing here, the magic eraser, but if you do press too hard, it can start to take away the finish. So
okay,
you want to be as gentle as you can be. Yep, and then we've got more of these things here.
Let's give it a good clean
How is that
wipe.
working?
Perfect, it came right off. There's no indication of the mark there at all.
That does look real good. While we're here at this directional pad, you might as well grab toothbrush with some rubbing alcohol and start cleaning in these little spots around the directional pad. And if you pull up with each swipe, you'll start to be able to get the dirt that's inside there.
How's that, Joe?
Good. And if you flip this around and pull it this way, it works better.
Gotcha, okay. You can see some of the dirt coming out already.
Yeah, I mean, this controller's been around for quite a while. It's not surprising that it's accumulated a little bit of dust.
Okay.
Good, when you're happy with that, let's move over to A and B buttons and the yellow buttons over there.
Okay.
And likely, toothbrush again in rubbing alcohol should be able to clean up any of those grooves that have some dust in them. Yep, I can see it there, especially around these I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
This actually isn't too bad between the B and A, but working in between these and pulling along the grooves should help. What was crazy? A couple months ago, when everything was going on, and there was a shortage of rubbing alcohol.
Really?
So we weren't
right.
able to get some for quite a while. So we were using more of the Simple Green type stuff. But I do like the rubbing alcohol also because it evaporates pretty quickly, so there isn't quite as much residue to wipe away. Also, it doesn't foam. The Simple Green will foam up the littlest bit. I find it's easier to wipe away this rubbing alcohol.
Now, you may not know, Joey, does hydrogen peroxide do the same job?
I've never tried it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so looks like I got the dust out of those grooves. Now, should I get the dirt?
Yeah, see what else you can get. Let me get closer on it while you're grabbing whatever tool you want.
Try a thumbtack for that one. Pretty dirty. Okay,
Good.
getting some.
Good, and then nice and gentle with it. We'll come back in with the toothbrush.
Okay.
And in part 1, we replaced this thumbstick. So if you're seeing here this perfect thumbstick we've got on it, we picked out a real nice one.
Okay, I'll go back over that with the toothbrush. Oh, perfect. It's working like a charm.
Once you dry that off, let's move down to the thumbstick that we put in. We can kind of use a similar method around this edge, lightly with the pin, and then we'll come back in with the toothbrush there as well. While he's working on that, I can show you real quick here in the warehouse. We've got some other people at cleaning stations that are working on some of the same sort of stuff that we're doing right here. How is that working, Justin?
Beautifully, Joey. I can see it coming out. That's pretty darn looking good.
That does look good. This thing's gonna sparkle.
It's gonna shine, Joey.
How's the Nintendo words up there? Does that need any attention?
I could use a little brushing.
Okay, yeah, maybe just a little as big with the toothbrush.
Gently.
And one other tip is you're doing fine with it. A lot of people take the toothbrush and really rub hard inside there. All you need to do is let the bristles do the work. A light touch across it. Those bristles are all still sticking down. They can grab it, pull any dirt away. You don't need a real hard touch with the toothbrush.
Just like brushing your teeth, right?
Let the bristles do the work, Justin.
All right, Joey, what's next?
Fantastic. What else do you see? How's the top of the controller look?
Well, I do see some small markings here. Maybe I'll just go over that with a magic
Wouldn't
eraser
hurt.
real quick. Oh yeah, that's coming off nice. Okay.
The goof off is basically the opposite of the rubbing alcohol. While the rubbing alcohol you can almost leave, it'll evaporate itself. The goof off does need a good wiping off to get all of it off of there.
Right.
But the goof off is really a magic tool.
It does wonders.
If you didn't have that, trying to get sticker residue and marker, especially with
yeah.
anything else.
Okay, Joey, should I move on to
Yeah, what
the
else do you say?
crevices down here?
Sure, let's try it.
Get all that black gunk in there.
Yep, and that works well with a light touch with the pin, and then a toothbrush there as well. And this is a spot on a lot of controllers that gets some dirt and grime in it. That's where you're holding it, and there's a crease right there on top of that.
Seeing that, Joey?
I sure am. Yep, that's exactly what's supposed to happen. And then you can kind of run around the entire thing. You can do a lap around this whole bottom portion of the thing. Here at the shop, we just got some new shipping tables. You can see Justin and I are here at this shipping table, but we actually just got some nice fancy ones. You can see Siani's over there standing in one. Real heavy duty. You can raise and lower everything on it. It's got room to store your bubble wrap and put your mailers up top.
Joey, look at all that dirt that just came out of there.
Holy smokes. All right, we're back again. Had to swap phones. Justin is continuing around the edges here. He's already pulled a lot of the dirt out. Now we're just kind of cleaning those edges up. Do you have a favorite fantastic color? Those were that's what they called their colored line
The
of
colored
N64
ones.
stuff.
I like. Is there an orange one?
There is an orange.
I like the orange.
I do too. You know, that really pops. There's also like a lime green. I forget exactly what it's called. It escapes me
Oh,
right
the
now.
jungle green.
Yeah, I think that is it.
Yeah. I like the jungle green systems, the consoles themselves. Okay, Joey. Actually, I think smoke is my favorite color console.
I like that as well. That light charcoal gray, a little bit see-through.
I really like that.
That one we don't see too often. All right, you're onto the top area now. So yeah, you can hit these bumper buttons with a toothbrush on both sides of those, pull any dirt out, and then we'll move up into the center portion.
Gotcha. And do you prefer the GameCube or the N64, Joey? What's your favorite?
The system,
Yeah, system-wise.
I would say N64 just because I've got more kind of nostalgic memories with it. GoldenEye, the hours that I spent with friends, multiplayer GoldenEye.
I'd say the GameCube has the library to back it up, though.
Yeah, it sure does. There are some fantastic games on GameCube for sure.
Sure. Okay, those bumpers are looking pretty good.
That looks great so far.
Let's go to that. These words up
Yep.
here. Should I run through that with a thumbtack?
I think it wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
What color GameCube did you have?
I had a black one. I wish I had orange spice though.
That orange spice is so cool. Every time we show it off, people are surprised. There's still people that didn't know of that one. I didn't before I started here.
No, neither did I. Should I be a little more rough with it, Joey?
How's it coming up?
It's not doing great, honestly. It's still kind of dirty in there.
So with these, you can pull backwards against it. I see some dirt like right there on the lip of that one. Pull backwards, and pull that dirt out. Yep,
oh, here we go, okay.
And you might have to spin the controller so you can do that angle on all of them.
It's looking good as new.
Okay, great. And then just for the back of the controller, how are we there?
Looks like we got some grime here.
Sure
some
do.
Grime in the screw slots
And
as
the
well.
screw holes.
So for this, I'd use a Q-tip, Joey?
Yeah, and you might want to start with light pin in here to kind of break some of that up, just to kind of loosen it a little bit, and then we can go in and probably pull that out with a toothbrush. Yeah, good. Yep, and that same sort of pull-in motion, if you have to spin it around so you can pull from all the angles, that works really well. Cool, and then for the screw holes, a wet Q-tip, and then flip it over, dry it out.
Oop, maybe that's a little too much alcohol.
Yeah, that's like one of the nice things about using the alcohol. Any excess that you're not able to get out of there is going to dry really fast.
Good.
We're using, I forget, there are 2 varieties of isopropyl alcohol. The percentages of the strength, what is it, 75 and 90?
Yeah, 91 or something.
Yeah, we don't notice too much of a difference. The 91 I think is more expensive. I think the standard works pretty well.
Flip it around, use the dry side. Okay, Joey.
How's it looking?
Pretty darn spiffy.
I'll take a glance over it and see how things look.
How'd I do?
Beautiful. Got the dirt out from those grooves. That nice fresh thumbstick we put in, cleaned out around the directional pad up top. And all the grooves around the side and the back as well. You did it, Cheston. You brought it back.
It's back to life.
Congratulations. All right, thanks for checking out the N64 refurbishing of the controller. DKOldies.